All right, guys, Bitcoin's next move and how to trade it. Let's check it out real quick. First, let me move my big head out the way. All right, I'm out of the way. All right, as you can see right here, ever since we broke out of this descending wedge that we were in, these red lines that you see that are falling down the page, or actually falling wedge, should I say? Have now been between these two converging green lines that you see right here, and have been forming a rising wedge. Now, as you can see, we hit the golden pocket right here where I took my short from, and were rejected from the golden pocket. As you can see over on my Twitter account, I called that perfectly for the short for any of you guys that were interested. I took my first take profit there at 19,100 and or sorry 20,100, and I'm looking to take my second take profit at 19,500, where I actually do believe we are going to. All right, now I'm going to tell you why I believe, in my opinion, that that's where we're headed. As you can see, it's not just because it's the bottom of this channel right here, where you can see, oh look, we're going to the bottom of the green line right here. It's more than just that. As you can see, it's also the golden pocket right here, the golden pocket retracement from the bottom of this move here all the way to the top of where we want to see how far we're going to retrace. The golden pocket would be right here at approximately between the levels of 19,200 and 19,300. Also, the point of control right here on the VPVR on the high volume node. Sorry, VRVP. I don't know why I always do that. As you can see, is 19,200. So you have the golden pocket here. You have the point of control here. You have the bottom of the trend here, and you have a major support level here. So I mean, there's numerous reasons why that's a good point that we're going to pull back to. Not just like it's the point of control, or not just one thing, but also, as you can see right here, we were completely oversold at the point I called it when we hit this golden pocket here. We were completely oversold right here, and this is the daily chart, guys. If you don't know, each candle is for 1 day of time frame. Now on the daily chart here, as you can see, we hit right there. As you can see, Monday, October 31st at the bottom, we hit that red dot on there. But if you look at the 4 hour, you can clearly see where I actually took the trade from. We actually had a divergence. As you can see right here, we had money going up. The price right here hit the line right here, the golden pocket, was rejected downward, came back up and went slightly above. But when that happened, this momentum wave right here, at the same point in time, as you can see, this momentum wave sat there and dumped downward, came back up, but not as high, forming, let me show you guys real quick so you can't see what I'm seeing. This downward move, as you can see from that yellow line that I just put on the screen right there, why price action formed an upward line. So at the same time that price action was going up, the momentum was going down, and at the same time momentum was going down, the RSI right here was also going down. So that was a clear signal to me to take the short. I mean, you got multiple signs here. We were at the golden pocket, guys. We were at the top of the trend right here, the trend that we formed. As you can see, we've already hit many times. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times prior to that move on this 4 hour chart. And as soon as we came back up into it, we came back up that 6th time, and that's when we had that major divergence, and that's when I jumped into that trade and made a good profit off of it, and have taken half the trade in profit and still in the trade right now. Now, if you look at this right here, there's a couple things that can happen here. I'm not just going to go with my opinion, because that would be a little biased of me. As you can see right here on the daily chart, we have through a red dot here on the VMC cipher. Okay, so that's never a good thing. The momentum wave is coming down. You can see the yellow right here, which is the VWAP, the volume weighted average price. It just averages the price between all from the volume from all the candlesticks here that are on the screen. Now it sits there and takes that average, and it makes this line off that average. And then the red line you see here at the bottom, guys, is actually the money flow. And you can see the money flow is actually coming up, and then started to come up, and is now going back down. So it's all showing downward action. As you can see, the RSI is also headed downward. Now on the 4 hourly, you do see some green dots here on the VMC cipher. You do see that, we're in red, but the RSI is coming back up. We're kind of in no man's land there, right in the middle. So it's kind of like, we can keep on playing this game where we keep throwing red dots, green dots, and that's just one indicator. But if you look at the chart, where's the support and resistance levels? Where are the major levels of confluence that we want to get to? That's going to be down here, guys, right where I told you, at the golden pocket, at the bottom of the trend, at the point of confluence. I'm sorry, the point of control. These are major levels of confluence. You got, like I said, the point of control, the bottom of the trend, the golden pocket, the support levels. That's four different things that set right there in that pattern. So you have four things set right there that are telling you to get in, not counting the indicators that are going, hey, look, we're flashing a green dot. We're underneath the 62. Whenever we're at the negative 60, that's usually when I like to get in for a long, and we're at the positive 60 right here on the VMC cipher. That's usually what I'm looking for, a short. And I'm always usually looking, when I'm taking the long, for the RSI to be oversold. And when I'm looking for the short, I'm looking for the RSI to be overbought. What you want to do, guys, is you want to look at that daily time frame, then go down to the 12-hour time frame, then the 6-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame. Then I enter off the 7-minute. If you want to make it easier, just look at the daily, then look at the 4-hour, look at the 1-hour, enter off the 7-minute. Just make sure all your signals and the other time frames are telling you the same thing. The trend is your friend until the end, meaning as soon as it breaks trend, that's where you guys can have your stop losses at all points. That's when you get out of the trade. That's why I haven't got out of the trade right here, because you can see that we've continuously been coming down. We've been continuously making lower lows and lower highs this whole way. I have no reason to exit this short trade right here. Now, I could have sat there and be even a little tighter with my stop loss if I wanted to, or limit out if you're on the spot market, and actually pull this line down like this and go, hey, look, if it comes up to here, I'll just put a little outside of here, and, I'll take the stop right here, or maybe like right here above this little level right here of consolidation of support resistance. I'm sorry. And, also these two EMA levels. But, it's really up to you on how you guys want to trade the move. But you always want to be safe, and you always want to have your stop loss close. And when you're in profit, like I am with the trade here, I entered this trade all the way up here at $21,000. So, I don't want to keep my when I put my stop loss in initially, it was up at, I believe, 20,250 or something like that, 21,250. And then I pulled it down to break even. Then I actually ended up pulling it down to 21,900, because, I don't see us coming back over this 20,800. And if we do, I see us pumping a lot higher, So, it's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter on how you trade and how you get into crypto. And let me show you a couple other things just real fast, guys. If you not only look at this, and in my opinion, I'm saying the price is going to fall down right to here, to about 19,000, at least the bottom of the trend right here, and support at $19,500, but between $19,200 and $19,500. That's where, that's why I put mine at the top of that at $19,500 for that second take profit. Now, and it'll also complete that M pattern breakdown too, guys, that I was telling you about. If you look at the M pattern breakdown and you think about it this way, you have this M pattern. If we came up here, as we did, hit this high, came down, made this low, now we come back up, and usually for a bearish M pattern or a more bearish M pattern, you're going to have a lower second top. And if it's not just a straight double top, which it could be, it could go straight back up to the same point and then pull back from there, which is still be an M pattern. It'd be a double top as well. But what I would more likely see is it coming back up to the $20,800 level, which is this major support that you're seeing right here on the screen, the blue line, then pulling back down. Once it crosses the neckline right here at approximately $20,100, that's when it'll confirm that it's valid, the breakdown, and you'd want to enter. Me personally, I like to enter at the top of the move, like right here. Once I see it coming down, I like to catch a move as I see it forming, so I can ride the much bigger move and have a much tighter stop loss. For instance, if I get in back here at the top or closer to the top, and I have my stop loss right here directly over top of this blue support line right here, and just step my stop, like let's say right here somewhere. Sorry, it's a little crooked, but you get what I'm saying. Then, I'm real tight. Whereas if I got in all the way down here at the neckline, and I want to put my stop loss over the top of the M, and then the support's right here. So it's our resistance is right here. So then I want to put a little bit over that. So now my stop's this far away. I'm not liking that risk reward, guys. You got to understand it's about risk reward. You want to risk a little bit to gain a lot. You don't want to sit there and be on a trade where you're sitting there risking 5 times as much money to win. You want to risk $1,000 to win $200. That's not logical. You want to risk $200. Have $200 on the line and have a potential profit of $400, $600. Me personally, I like 3 to 1s at least. Well, at least 2 to 1s really. I'd want at least that double. But 3 to 1s are much better. I like those. I prefer those. But it's up to you guys on what you want to take. But you definitely want to at least get yourself in those positions where you're at least like a 2 to 1 odds on the risk reward. And so that way you can keep your stops tight. And the way you do that is by getting in at the top of these trends as you see the reversal, as you see the move turning over. And it doesn't have to be the move on a big daily time frame, guys. It can be the move right here on a 4-hourly time frame, like you see it going down on the daily that I was just showing you, and then you go over to the 4-hourly time frame, and now that you see it going down another one, then you look at the 4-hourly time frame and you're like, hold on, this looks a little different. This looks like it's possibly about to go up, and then you look at it and you see it push and say that you're watching this trend line right here, this yellow line, and then it pushes through and breaks up, and then you're looking at all the signals that are thrown and telling you, hey, it's good, and you get in, you could ride that long from right here, at 20,300 back up to that 20,800 or even higher if it broke out for you, and that could still be a good trade. You could ride that M pattern up, then back down, or if it doesn't form the M pattern, it just continuously falls from here. You could just have the short there with your stop here as well. You could do both of them, lose one and win the other. It's a volatile market. It could rock you out of both. That's why you continually need to move your stop losses or your limit outs if you're on the spot market, guys. But like I said, in my opinion, if you look here, you can clearly see that, on the dollar, the DXY, that we came up and we hit the golden pocket. We started to get a little bit of resistance here, which you would actually see on the 4-hour a lot better. And then we started to push up through. Now, I don't see it coming higher than about this 114 range. Once it hits the 114 range, really a little lower, I see it getting to about the 786 fib and then turning around. And then it'll fall back down to at least this trend line right here. Once it does that, as it's falling back down, Bitcoin will get its little pump, but it's still going to have a little bit of pump in it, I believe. Therefore, while the dollar is pumping, Bitcoin is usually dumping. So, then as this will pump up this little bit, Bitcoin will get that little rest of the dump that I've been talking about. Then as this sets here and dumps back down, Bitcoin will get its pump back up. It's real simple, guys. You don't want to overcomplicate it. It's not, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. People try to make this seem like you need to understand 50 million things. You don't need 50 indicators on your chart. You just need 2 or 3 indicators that you like, that you personally prefer, and understand support, resistance, understand a few different things and how the market works on just a basic overall understanding. And you guys, you can learn this in a few months, but you got to take the time to do your own research and actually learn this stuff, guys. So, that's my opinion on what Bitcoin is going to do next. If you look at the S&P 500 as well, guys, you can see we clearly came up here, hit resistance, bounced back down, fell all the way back through this next support line here, came back down, and now we're kind of in the middle of these 2 support and resistance lines. The point of control is up here above us, so we're definitely going to come back up. Now, I do believe we can fall a little bit more, which would also coincide with what I'm saying about Bitcoin falling a little bit more before going up. And you can see that right here, falling back down to this area here. If it does fall lower than that, I don't want it to fall any lower than this area right here, around, what is it about? Let's just call it 358. Okay. And as far as the US Tech 100, which is the NASDAQ, which the NASDAQ does it's correlated very good with cryptocurrency, or has correlated very good with cryptocurrency over the time. As you can see, we're right here at support. I do not want this to fall through here on the daily close, which actually closes right now in 27 minutes. So I'm hoping that we stay above this. However, if we do close underneath of this and fall down, I definitely do not want to see us go under this 10,470 level, underneath this prior candle here is low, because that wouldn't be good. Actually, it's 10,432. So we definitely don't want to see something come lower than that, because then we're going to have a much larger breakdown for the market. And when you have the traditional markets break down risk assets like Bitcoin, because that's what they are, and you guys need to understand that, there's no regulation on them right now. And, when big companies and big the big fish, that's the way they see it. So you have to understand that. I'm not calling it that way. I'm just calling it the way it is. Now, you guys can look at the information that I've given you. Also, if you look at USDT, which is the stablecoin Tether, you can see that, on the daily chart right here, it seems to have coming into some resistance right here, but it seems like it's going to get a little pump. Honestly, we're all the way down here oversold. We fired this green dot at the -60. We just came down, hit the 100 moving average, and seemed to just hold it and get pushed back up. Where we hit the point of control, and now we're pushing up from it. I could see us maybe just falling down just a slight little hair, but I honestly think we're going to push back up to this area right here around 7.70 and fall back. That means as we're pushing up into that area, that means more people are going to be taking money out of Bitcoin, out of different altcoins, and putting it into the stablecoin Tether. So that means that they'll be holding and they'll be sitting on the sidelines waiting for a further breakdown or something like that to happen, or they'll just be just holding, waiting for the next move, whatever the case may be. Anyway, as that's happening, obviously Bitcoin will probably be going down or staying sideways at the very least, and in altcoins as well will be going down, because you want to see this dumping. When this is dumping, like as you can see right here, all this dumping that we've had, this is why we've had this pump, because you're seeing all this money come out of these stable coins and dumping into these altcoins and dumping into Bitcoin and different cryptocurrencies. So as this is happening, the market's going to go up, of course, guys. And I just want you to understand these simple things. I don't want to talk you guys' ears off for an hour or anything like that. I just want you to understand there's a lot of different things here that you need to look at. So when it comes to cryptocurrency, when it comes to Bitcoin or any other assets, you guys really need to understand this. And also right here on Bitcoin too, guys, I actually just noticed when I'm looking at it here, you can see on this 4 hourly, we actually have a descending triangle right here. Looking at a pattern that I just drew, from looking at this trend line that I just drew down, we actually have a descending triangle right here on the 4 hour pattern, which is actually a very bearish signal as well. And if we look at the breakdown on this descending triangle, let's just check this real quick, guys, just to see if we have any more confluence here. That would be the measured breakdown. If it broke down right here and fell, it's about right at the bottom of the golden pocket, guys. Look at that, touching the bottom of the golden pocket, the 0.65, and almost touching the point of control. I mean, come on, guys, you can't call it better than that. Just look at what I'm showing you guys and trade accordingly. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please follow the channel. Give a comment, tell us anything that you want us to make videos on, anything that you want us to talk about, any topics that you guys want us to talk about. 100% crypto, we're trying to build a community here. More than that, we're building a family here. So we want you guys, anything that you need to ask, any type of videos that you want to talk about. We're not here to hang anybody out to dry. We're here to help everybody. And if you're new to crypto or you've been here for a while, either way, we're going to help you get through any issues or any problems that you have and navigate the system. So, this is your boy Justin. Like I said, to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.